They found her body on a northwest Baltimore sidewalk, shot in the head.
Crystal Edmonds wouldn't survive the next 12 hours. She later died at the hospital.
And Baltimore City Police have yet to solve the murder of this transgender woman. But as ABC 2 News' Brian Kubler tells us tonight, in addition to this being a whodunit, the department is working on why.
It was a show of force, as these things go. Vans full of police recruits armed with flyers, detectives by their side.
Make sure you hit that mailbox too, okay, guys?
It was mid-September, and the Baltimore Police Department was seizing that brief window it says it has after a murder to scrub the 3600 block of Fairview Avenue, looking for a lead to punch through the three stubborn facts they already had. Miss Crystal Edmonds was a transgender woman. She was a sex worker. She was shot in the head. A murder in an already vulnerable population, the third such killing in just more than a year.
The mic over here working? Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? We get ready to start?
Sergeant Kevin Bailey knows those cases well, and the community even better. Bailey is the LGBT liaison of the Baltimore City Police Department, a position that only existed part-time until his full-time appointment by Commissioner Kevin Davis 1 year ago.
It was really progressive how the agency was moving forward and recognizing that some communities are still not being heard or feel like they're not being heard.
And so it is Sergeant Bailey's ear they will bend, while he at the same time works from the inside out.
So why did they still add it to the end of?
Because some people identify as it. Some people identify just as queer.
Here, running one of the commissioner's speaker series, part of his community policing initiative, educating officers on the diversity and history of Baltimore. Sergeant Bailey conducting this session 4 times a year at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. Cops learning the LGBT and Qs of a vulnerable population from the leaders of it.
How to have an engaging and respectful interaction with everyone, regardless of what they look like, if we were to break that down.
Breaking down the concept of sexual identity versus gender, understanding transgender, even handing out forms suggesting how police should introduce themselves to a victim by asking their legal name, preferred name, and perhaps even their gender pronoun. A new education for many, but terminology Commissioner Kevin Davis says is crucial to a new policing model brought to bear in the recent DOJ report.
That's what Sergeant Bailey does, and he makes us better, and he facilitates interactions like this today that I really do think make police officers more aware of the sensitivities surrounding our interactions with everyone in society.
Things like a rising murder rate among the transgender population. 22 transgender women were murdered in the U.S. last year, and already by mid-September this year, there have been 20. Most recently is the case of Crystal Edmonds in northwest Baltimore. It is a case Sergeant Bailey is assisting with, his 5th LGBT-sensitive crime he'll be working here in 2016, serving as a bridge from police to community in the hopes of better protecting a vulnerable group.
Now, in the past, the department really needed proof of a hate crime before it could even be labeled as such. Now, if there's a mere suspicion of crime being related to LGBT issues, Sergeant Bailey's brought in. He's worked 10 such cases since 2015. And meanwhile, the murder of Crystal Edmonds is still unsolved. So if you have anything that can help, you're asked to call Metro Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-866-7-LOCK-UP.